has already issued a hurricane warning, like you mentioned there. Life-threatening flooding, dangerous wind gusts, and high storm surge. Mudslides are also on the table for Jamaica today. Fox weather correspondent Robert Ray is in Kingston, Jamaica, giving us a live look at the storm. The sun is just starting to come up there, Robert. How are things looking?
Yeah, good morning. Sun has just come up. The bugs are in full force here this morning on the bay. But look out here, if you can, as our camera trains out into the bay, the airport here in the capital city of Kingston in the distance. And you see some of those clouds, those convection clouds. Those are about 20 miles away. That's the beginnings of Melissa, as it is still very slow to the south of us in the Caribbean Sea. And will likely be categorized as a hurricane by the National Hurricane Center here later this morning with the next update. But in the meantime, let me just explain exactly how nervous everyone is here in Jamaica. And to understand what we're about to go through, you have to understand the topography of Jamaica. Let's look at this video that I shot yesterday on the descent into Montego Bay, which is to the northwest of where we're at. And you see the topography here. Yes, it's beautiful. It is lush. There are lots of vegetation, beautiful aqua waters, but you'll notice the mountains, and that is the issue with all of this rain. 2+ feet, maybe 3 feet of rain that's going to dump on here with Melissa, with hurricane force winds, major winds, meaning we're talking winds potentially 120, 150 mile an hour winds that will come in to some areas of Jamaica. And that is going to be an issue with landslides, rock slides, mudslides. This rain will go on for days. It will begin later today, and it really won't stop. Impacts as far as landfall goes, well, according to the National Hurricane Center, we could see that occur on Monday evening and last well into Tuesday morning, and it may cut right up the center of Jamaica, okay? Look at Kingston, some of the video, if we're not already looking at it, and you see people out there really yesterday evening trying to get fleeting moments of normalcy before all this sets in. And it's going to be likely very catastrophic, unfortunately. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that is the reality. Power outages will be widespread. We're talking the entire island of Jamaica, which is about 3 million people, will likely be out of power. Imagine that. And God only knows how long that's going to last. The sewers will not be able to keep up with 2+ feet of rain. There's not a sewer on planet Earth that can survive and maintain that much precipitation falling. The winds will cause destruction on infrastructures. The infrastructures already in Jamaica, many of them are compromised. It's just the way it is. It's an island nation. It's tough to build here. It's tough to get goods and services in and out of here. And you know what? We're going to see likely a degradation of society in the next few days as the impacts make their way into this great nation, this beautiful island of Jamaica. Those are the hardcore facts, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it because we're in for it. Our hotel is already beginning to shut down. You will see pretty much everything here later today begin to shut down, and people will try to fight Mother Nature in the next few days, but it's going to be an uphill battle, quite literally. And when this system comes into this great island, what is going to occur in these hilly areas is roads are going to collapse. Going to happen. You're going to see rocks and mud and all of the vegetation come down hills, and the wind is going to decimate structures. You can put sandbags up all you want here on the bay and some of these areas, but honestly, that really will not help. It'd be interesting to see what kind of surge will make its way in, but I can tell you, we're located in Kingston, which essentially is the southeastern side of the island. If this forecast track holds, meaning if the system does make a landfall right in the dead center, that means the counter twist, we're on the dirty side of the storm. which is the worst side to be on. And the biggest impacts could be in this pocket. It just depends on how wide it is when it makes the impact and how long it takes to make that impact. I mean, does it come in slowly? Does this speed up? Because right now, what is it, 2 miles an hour? That's very slow. And that's also a problem with all the rain that's going to fall. We could see well upwards to 3 feet. And can you just imagine that with major hurricane force winds? Incredible devastation is about to occur. And, you know, we may lose pretty much everything we have. And what I mean by that is cell phone service, towers may go down. We know power is going to go down. Whether or not we hold on to our data with our cell phones, it's just unclear. But I have to think we're going to have moments where, you know, we're going to be out of touch, unfortunately. Pray for the island. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, definitely, Robert. Pray for the island. Catastrophic damage. Just a really scary situation for a lot of folks over into Jamaica and islands surrounding the area, too. We'll be keeping an eye on this forecast, obviously keeping an eye with you as long as we're still able to reach you as well. So, Robert Ray, thanks for checking in with us this morning. We'll be talking with you later on today. Thanks.